So Jordan, we've had a great kind of swell of games lately, and to kind of cap off this weird first quarter, we have Mass Effect Andromeda.
That's right. And if you're following gaming circles on the net, you've probably seen all the GIFs going around. The main centerpiece of Andromeda has been a lot of hype or anti-hype around the animations, the poor quality of the animations, how shoddy the game can look in a lot of ways. And I think, so it's one of the main things that have been out there. I think we all know, yes, the animations are poor, but it was kind of disappointing to go in the game and see it's not just the animations are poor, but the game has a lot of bugs and glitches as well.
See, I kind of walked into that knowing, okay, look, it's a BioWare game. Okay, fine. They've always been a little buggy. They've always kind of looked a little rough around the edges. Fine, whatever. I think kind of the big problem I come with it is, let's just get it out of the way. The game, actually playing the game is fine. Like, the gunplay is fine. They've introduced platforming and it actually kind of works. They introduced a tank, which is actually really fun to drive. The biggest problem with Mass Effect Andromeda that I think kills the game for me, for you, and I think for most people is the story and the characters. Like, the character writing is decent, and the characters you get with you are they're fine enough. They're no original Mass Effect trilogy caliber, but they're fine enough. The actual story you go through is just, it's stupid. It is mind-boggling. It is just trope after trope after trope and cliche. It is just, within the first hour of the game, you were given this title that means effectively nothing, and you just earn it without even doing anything. And the game just goes on like, oh, we want to tell this really interesting, weird story. No, let's just make another big budget Mass Effect sci-fi explosion extravaganza. Like, it doesn't work at all, and it's stupid.
I was complaining about the bugs and glitches and general shoddiness of the game, which happens throughout. Like, I found there a few times I could actually sink into it and enjoy it once you get out in the field, put your helmet on, when you're not actually having face-to-face conversations with people. There are a few moments where I started to enjoy it. I'm like, yeah, this is cool, but then suddenly something will happen, something shoddy, some glitch will happen. There's a problem with the AI likes to suddenly snap into their positions and glitch all about. There's all sorts of crazy things happening.
Yeah, it's just a weird experience. Like, again, there are parts that I feel work. Like, when it works, the game is fine. Like, it's playable, the character writing isn't so bad, just the banter you get, it's not always great, but it's fine. Just when it breaks, and it happens a little bit more frequent than I'd like, it's just...
Because if you call Mass Effect 1, when it came out, a lot of people were actually complaining about it. Well, there were things about it they didn't like. It was actually pretty buggy and glitchy as well. Remember the elevators? People complaining about the loading scenes, hidden behind elevators.
And it's still here! Like, you transfer to planet to planet, it's just the longest 30-second animation, it's just...
Well, the thing with Mass Effect 1, though, is it had its good parts, which are so good, people were willing to overlook the bad for the good, and it ended up being pretty good. But in this, the good parts aren't really that great.
I guess kind of the thing we're looking at here is, look, if you like Mass Effect, maybe give it a shot, just take it with a gigantic grain of salt. But if you're one of those people who are thinking, oh, well, maybe this is the one I jump in on, maybe not so much.
Look, I'd say there's so many, 2017's been hitting it so hard, there's been so many excellent third-person action-adventure games that maybe they're not, your space opera if you really want that specifically, but there's so many great comparable games out there at the moment that I don't really see why you should settle for something like this.